Remember when Halo 2 was MLG? It was MLG's bread and butter. Do you remember watching Final Boss, Carbon, and Straight Rippin' fight every week on television to see who was the number one Halo 2 team in the world? I remember watching these matches and thinking, we are on the cusp of greatness. The TV show was gone for Halo 3, but in came Dr. Pepper sponsoring events, internet series, which the Ultimate Gaming House was awesome, and I applied 3 times and failed every single time. Other than that, putting T squared on millions of bottles of Dr. Pepper, there was no getting away from how big Halo was getting. It was awesome. People were just drinking Dr. Pepper and seeing MLG and thinking, wow, people are making money off of this. That was cool. Reach is where it started kind of go south. Bungie added Bloom to the game. The biggest stars in this scene were saying the game was unplayable. I'm not going to say some of the words they were saying. Snipe down. But it kind of got out there in the community. And that started to make the game less fun for everybody because they started just only critiquing the game and never giving it its due diligence for how good it actually was. A large group really hated the game up until Bloom was taken out. But people still played it, people streamed it, and people still enjoyed it. We actually got Ninja, the pro, from that. We thought we had finished the fight, but a new Halo was on the horizon. We prayed it would raise us up from our slump. There was a little bit of a slump. MLG wasn't supporting Reach as much as it did Halo 3 and Halo 2. But 343i, they did their best with the time they were giving and tried to implement huge changes and new things to the game. I thank them, but it made the game closer to a Call of Duty game, and that's not why a lot of us picked up Halo, is that we could get away from that Call of Duty game. It focused too much on the individual taking away power weapon spawns. I think that was the thing that killed competitive play for the most part, was there was no power weapon drops. The positions of the map were based on just holding it off and then getting it to spawn there. And that kind of sucked. On the top of the game being fundamentally changed, which every person cared about, MLG for the first time in a very long time did not have Halo on its circuit. They dropped Halo after one tournament where Warriors had won. It did start with... This is where we're going to start, that Halo is going to get great again, as you see in the title. It did start with Halo 4. The communities were growing from fans making their own leagues to just like AGL, the Arena Gaming League. They're not around anymore, but they kept Halo going. And are willing to work with what they were given, which was awesome. And they made their own types. You had Ghost Yami working on them to make sure everything was right. And you had the community playtesting the settings, which needs to be brought out for Halo now. But I digest. But what about Halo 5 now? When I was thinking about this subject, I really wanted more live Halo events. But it was announced that now we're actually going to get more live events. So hopefully more live events and more prize money is going to pull people in. Prize money. It's all about the money. I don't care what anybody says. The money's where it's at. 343 needs to listen to the competitive players as much as the casual guys. Action Sack is a next step in the right direction, but a casual game type can be good and competitive. Example, Extraction from Halo 4 and King of the Hill in pretty much every Halo other than Halo 5. So yeah, 343, get on King of the Hill or Oddball. Those were great games in both competitive and casual. Multi-team was another great one. just for casual. Um, Not everything is on 343 and Microsoft, though. We need to support our content creators, YouTube, Twitch streamers, map makers, machinimators, etc. Next, we can vocalize out our concerns, our wants, and our other opinions without sounding entitled little brats. Besides an at least playable game for $60, we are entitled to nothing. Get that straight. Even Halo 4 was a playable game. It might not have been every single thing that we wanted, but it was a playable game. I don't know if people remember, but Halo 3 right out of the box was not a playable or properly playable game. The hitboxes were horrendous, but we loved it because it was closer to what we knew, even though they had implemented certain things. We are given free DLC, which is nice, but everybody needs to support everyone. The community needs to support 343, and 343 needs to support us as the community and listen to us. So that's my 2 cents. Let me know what you think we can do to make Halo great again later.
saying that it feels right.